get this show on the road.
Yeah, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com. I'm playing World of Tanks. The tank I am playing is the STI. It's a Russian Tier 9 heavy tank. And the map is Erlenberg. I'm also working on a campaign mission for Operation Stug 4, which is to give, receive, or block 8,000 hit points of damage. And so far I've been able to do around 6,000 with various tanks. I'm going to be playing the STI for another week or so, and after that I'll probably sell it. But I have no plans to buy the tier 10 tank. Okay, so I decided to come over to this side. I spawned on the west side. I kind of prefer going on the east. It's going to be difficult considering we don't have any spotters and it is an assault map. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. Okay, so that was one. Definitely don't want to take hits this early in the game. Ha! Gotta do better than this. Not good enough. Oh, I got hit by the artillery. So I'm going to hide for a moment. Can't have the artillery hitting me. Ouch! Again, got hit by the artillery. That sucks big time. That's the last thing you want, is to have an artillery trained on you and just shooting at you again and again and again. Too bad I missed that Yag Tiger. That sucks. Okay, so it was tough. You know, I had little choice. Maybe I should have aimed manually at that guy. I was being flanked, and I don't think I got 8,000 hit points. Maybe I did 2,000, 3,000, maybe 3,500. Maybe 4,000 I did, which is half of what I need. Okay, so we've got a few more tanks. Let's see if they're smart enough to win the game here. And I'm going to go with no. The raid at the base have not gotten onto the base yet. Went by the base. None of them are on the base currently. Seemingly unaware of the concept of winning the game. Yeah, so these people suck. They're all he has to do is sit on the base and let it be the enemy's problem. But they're not doing that. They could have won by now. They had 3 tanks there, and instead they're putting themselves up in situations to die like they're some sort of superheroes. And this guy has the ammo damage, which means he reloads in half the time. Oh, he's actually on the base. He's a tier 7 going up against a tier 9. Yeah, that's what should have happened first shot of the game, unfortunately, because you're a sucky player. And same with this guy. He can't be a tank length sooner. 3 tanks can cap the enemy very quickly. 1 tank takes a long time, but when you get 3 people on that base, that counter really starts ticking. Okay, so I did that 15 plus the 2,000. That's 35. Plus my hit points, 45, 55. So I did 5,400. But 5,400 is not enough. I got to get 8,000. Okay, let's try another spin. And at some point, if I can't do it with a normal game, I'm just going to switch to the composite rigid rounds, which I think this tank has. It might have another type of round because there's something called heat, for example. So I might use a different round in order to get better penetration. Yeah, this one doesn't have the composite rigid rounds. It has what I believe is called a heat round. High explosive anti-tank or something like that. Okay. Which way do we go? Now, in theory, you want to go up the middle because all the crappy tanks are going to be in the middle. And they will be very easy to fight. But I'm going to go to the right because I just always go that way. I like that strategy better. I think the number one reason why I like being on the right is because if you go to the west and you got idiots on your team, then they're going to block you from firing at the enemy. But if you go over here and you got idiots on your team, you can go somewhere else and take shots on the enemy. It's you have more options here. And I don't like being on the southeast over there and having dumb people in front of me who hog all the space or are afraid to advance and make the game more difficult. But I definitely want to kill the tanks. Okay, so how am I going to get there? So we've got a bunch of tanks coming. I don't know if I can hit any of them from here. But obviously you want to take advantage of hitting them as soon as you can. E75 took the spot that I was planning on moving to. You gotta move fast. And they've got artillery, as you can see. And now we've got 3 tanks. What a great idea. Let's all get behind the same rock. Yeah, let's get 4 tanks all behind the same rock. Okay. Nice, that's what I need. Well, I didn't get my shot in. Thought I saw one of the tanks advancing, but I guess I was wrong.
But not very well.
Okay, so it was difficult, and it's like I said, you don't want stupid people on your team that will screw up your game. You know, there's no reason why we should have 4 people behind the same rock, especially considering there was a rock right next to us. And it really made me PO'd. Yeah, I did lousy in that game. 2 penetrations. And now I have a buzzing sound. Okay, so I'm going to get into another game. You'll note I have an IS-8, which is another tank that I could probably use to try and complete this mission. I'm going to take a short break. Okay, hopefully this game will be better. This will be obviously intense warfare in the middle of town. So I've got 1,900 hit points, right? The average gun does 300 damage, although it's not a fixed rule.
Let's go.
Let's say 300 to 400. That means it's going to take around 5 hits. The enemy will have to hit me 5 times in order to kill me, excluding perhaps artillery. So I can take 5 hits, which means in theory I can dish out 5 hits if we exchange 1 for 1, which is often what a close battle does. So if I've got 2,000 hit points, I should expect to at least do 2,000 hit points of damage. For the mission, I need to get 8,000. That would be 15 penetrations. 15 penetrations could pretty much guarantee me that I complete the mission. I often get 8 or 9 penetrations. I've gotten, 13 is usually what I get on a good day in a really good game. But I got to get that 15, or I have to hope that the enemy tanks can't penetrate me. If they don't penetrate me, then that will count in my favor. And in a tier 10 game, that's unlikely to happen. But what can happen is I could end up in a game where I'm top ranked for the team, and I can earn all those I didn't see how much that was, but it was around 500.
Permission to engage. Enemy armor is hit.
Luckily, I saw that little diamond on my map, so I knew he was behind me.
They're knocked out.
And he's now dead because he's not as bright as he thinks he is.
Penetration. Critical hit. Weird ammo. Bailout. This vehicle has had it.
Wow, I got to see what happened. Oh, that building. He knocked that building down. I didn't realize that you could do that. But anyway, it was a nice battle. I should have obviously retreated while my team was retreating, and I didn't do that. I was stupid. It probably wouldn't have made a difference. I don't know why we lost the battle, but we certainly did. I'm sure we've got dead allies all over the place. You know what? We were tier 8s against their tier 10s. So I don't know how that happened. I see 3 dead tier 8s over there. And look at that E100. Why is he so far away? Maybe he was the last one to die, but I'm shocked that he wasn't up on the front lines dead. You can watch the replay and see where that E100 was. But we had, like I said, there was a lot of tier 8s, and I don't recall being up against any tier 8s. In the AMX 50B, M41 Bulldog. I believe you could put 8 rounds in the gun for this tank, but I don't know how much damage they do. And he seems to not understand the fact that he has to do something. You know, sitting here and parking is not really doing anything. I'm sure that tank is going to kill him. Now, this is a point where he should be running, obviously. Okay, I don't know why my team left the base or whatever. This T-62A. Maybe he's some sort of a hero who can kill everybody, I don't know. So I'm guessing that other tank has ran out of ammunition. He has no other reason to run.
One of our trucks is damaged. They killed our driver.
Yeah, that's how you do it, buddy. Soon I will be a proud owner of an AMX 50B. Soon meaning eventually. Still got a ways to go. Anything interesting here? 1600 damage, 750 blocked. Not enough. Let's get into another game. Got to get 8,000 hit points. Dealt, received, and blocked by armor. Okay, so I'm at the top, which is good. I see tier 7s on the other team. A lot of tier 7s. The question is, where are they going to go? The M103 will probably go to town. I want to get hit by those low-tier tanks that can't penetrate me. Although T-29, he might have a pretty good gun on him. The Jagdtiger and the Waffenträger, they're probably going to stay near the base. Near their spawn point.
Let's get this show on the road.
So I'm going to head to the city, hope for a nice battle. It would be nice if we had a spotter, but obviously we don't. Okay, so the AMX 1390 is going to go spot. So I'm going to set up right over here. Well, he didn't go far enough. So he's going to spot nothing. Or maybe he just is not equipped for spotting. I don't know what he's shooting at. I mean, it's... I spot here all the time, and there's always tanks. Oh, I can't see that tank, unfortunately. Well, that sucks. Now you know not to go here. Next time, go to the next bush. Okay, so basically my ally spotted one tank. However, he was beyond the 500-meter range for me, so I was unable to fire at him. One of the things you really have to learn how to do is to drive while in the sniper scope mode. Nobody here.
Enemy is hit. Penetration. Track hit. Enemy armor is hit.
Okay, so is the game over? God, I hope we won. Yes, I didn't get a lot of shots in. My team was very aggressive, and I was playing a little bit more conservative. Okay, so I'm going to give it another shot. STI, going for 8,000 hit points blocked, dealt, and received. It's going to be more difficult on this map because I won't be able to penetrate the armor of a lot of these tanks, and they'll destroy me. You know, it's just a reality of the game. These tanks are more powerful. So I'm going to go to the east. That's probably where their big tanks are going to go. The other thing I could do is I could probably try just sitting in the back and letting them spot me and shoot at me, and maybe their rounds won't be effective from a long distance. When I said sitting way in the background, I didn't mean over here. I meant over on that opposite side, where all the faster tanks are going to be. Because obviously, if I can do damage to him, he can do damage to me. That's the way it's going to be. You don't want to block something like a mouse from getting into the battle. You know, if he wants to be in the front, let him be in the front. He's got great armor. He's got a great gun.
We didn't penetrate their armor. Penetration. We lost the track. We killed our driver.
So I thought I'd go after that Tiger too. He's an easier tank. Didn't know his buddy was going to come help him out.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Got a big 82 hit points of damage there.
We're immobilized.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Tracks up. Get going.
So I guess I'm not going to play in that position. Okay, here we go. My suicide run. So that didn't work out very well. It's difficult to play when you're climbing a hill like this, which is why I absolutely never recommend it. I thought their mouse was dead, but I guess he's still alive. Okay, so this game is almost over. And what a shock, none of our team Nice job, mouse. What is this guy a complete retard? There's a tank right in front of you. Got a lot of spotting damage. That was cool. But I didn't complete my mission. Let's go again. And at some point I'm going to get rid of this tank. When I say at some point, I mean any day now. I only need a few more games and it's over with. Probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 more games. Who knows? And then I'm going to switch to the IS-8. Excuse me. And one of the issues with the IS-8 is that it's stock, and this one obviously isn't. I might have to keep this tank just to keep it for future missions. Because I expect that in a few days, I expect to be completed, to have all my missions completed.
Let's get this show on the road.
So I anticipate that the easy tanks are all going to go through the center. Therefore, I plan to go through the center. But then again, they have E75s. There's a chance that they might send their stronger tanks through the center, looking for easy targets. You can see our T-54 is going through the center, and they have one too. Yeah, so their T-54 went through the center. So I'm going to go the safe way, which is through here. Those are the E-75s. Got to watch out for those artillery. So I'm going here to avoid artillery, obviously. Even though they could easily nail me. Too bad I missed them.
Vehicle destroyed. Penetration.
They got powerful tanks over there, which is going to be a problem. You want to keep your turret, your strong armor pointed at him. So you pretty much have to always have the gun pointed at him. That sucks. So the cheap little artillery hit me. That's too bad. I thought I was going to do better. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, I got hit a few times. So the T-32 is the American heavy tank that compares to things like the IS-8 and the IS-6 and the IS-3 and tanks like that. Obviously this is a medium tank. Now, the IS-6 can get you into games where you're going up against lower tier tanks, and the IS-6 is one of my best performing tanks. So I have a theory that maybe I can complete it in the IS-6. And the reason why is because obviously going up against the lower tier tanks means I'm going to block more of the penetrations. And, the guy got off the cap. Who knows? Who knows what he's thinking? Okay, so they're pulling it off. They're making progress. Wow. Well, we lost. Okay, so let's get into another mission. I only blocked 630. Okay, this is going to be the game. I can feel it. This is going to be the game where I get at least 15 kills. You know, one of the reasons why it's nearly impossible to get 15 kills is because most tanks don't have enough ammunition to completely kill 15 tanks. You need to hit each tank 4 or 5 times, which means you'd need like 60 rounds of ammo. And as you can see, I've only got 40. It would be impossible for I'd be able to kill maybe 7 or 8 tanks using all of my rounds, but it's virtually impossible for anybody to literally kill the other team. You know, most people that get 15 kills are getting their last shots in. Okay, so I'm going to go up the middle just for the hell of it.
Let's get this show on the road.
Hopefully I'll find an easy tank and let him hit me. So that's the plan. I would love for that T-37 or the WZ to come and shoot at me. Not him, though. You don't want that Waffenträger to hit you. Or the Yag Tiger. All the easy tanks are going to die. Yeah, I'm being completely useless in this game. Okay, so I'm going to go to the other side. And I am going to go after the higher tier tanks. I'm going to avoid or ignore those lower tier tanks. Wow, that was one hell of a ricochet. Don't want to black my allies. Okay, you can see that a lot of the tanks were hitting me, that T-37 I guess it was. So I'm curious to see how much damage blocked by armor I did. It should be, you know, a few hundred. In the hundreds. Looks like he shot very quickly. This guy rapid. Okay, that was a lousy game. That was one of the worst games I've ever played. I really did a lousy job. 940 was the damage blocked by armor. Okay, so I'm still working on completing this mission. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I need 22,000 to upgrade, which with the double victories could be 7 games. But I'm not getting the double victories, obviously. So I'm going to guess another 15 games. I'm not really going to play 15 games, I'm sure, because I'm eager to move on to the IS-8. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to go to the battle zone. I'm going to go to the east. And I'm going to play for real.
Let's get this show on the road.
So I tried artificially inflating my numbers by allowing tanks to hit me. It didn't really work out. I tried going after where I thought the easy tanks would go. That didn't really work out. If I can get 10 solid penetrations, which should be easy to do, I'll do it eventually. That would be 4,000. And plus the hit points of my vehicle brings it up to 6,000, which I've been able to do. The question is, how am I going to squeeze in this extra 2,000? I don't know.
One of our tracks is damaged.
A J Panther? Where did that come from? Could have nailed him. Yeah, that's what I need. A tank right behind me on my butt. I really need that. We know you're not going to block me when I need to reverse to reload. One thing about the mouse is I don't think they ever actually built them. They were just prototypes. But I think they did build another tank which was called the Little Mouse, which is not available in the game yet.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Is this guy not looking where he's going?
Gotcha. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Yeah, that sucks. Come on.
They're knocked out.
Somebody hit me, I don't know who. But I'm not happy. Mr. E75, maybe it was at M103. So you got to wonder what's wrong with these guys that some of their top tier heavy tanks were not part of that battle. You know, what were they thinking? And their team was losing. I mean, they sent the T-34 and a mouse, and they kept some of their heavy tanks back.
Target acquired. That one didn't go
That
through.
sucks.
They're knocked out.
Just got to keep on moving. Ah! They capped. I was like, oh yeah, you know, I could kill more. I only had 578. It doesn't matter. 578 was hardly anything. Okay, so I'm going to try again. And I really do want to win. The reason why, I don't want this Stug 4 tank. It's a stupid tank. I don't want to play it. The Stug 3 is a great tank. In fact, it was one of the most manufactured tanks in World War II, if not the most. And it's a great tank. It's fast. It's got a wonderful gun on it. I had a lot of great games. I enjoyed playing it. and I hated selling it. But I don't want to get into that again. I don't think that the Stug 4 is going to be that much more amazing. And I want to play these higher tier tanks. There's so many other tanks I haven't played yet. So I'm not really that excited about getting the Stug 4. But when you complete the missions, you do get the additional crew members. You can win crew members. It's one of the prizes. And the crew members are very special because they come with the brother-in-arms type of skill, which they call Sisterhood of Steel. And they come with one skill at 100%. So what happens is you win these crew members. You can get, I think, 5 of them that have 2 skills at 100%. One of the Sisterhood of Steel you can't get rid of. You have to keep it. But to get those skills, if you were to play, I worked out the cash cost. It costs like $30 or something like that. You got to spend a lot of money. I don't remember if it was $10 or $20 or $30, but that's the dollar equivalent of those crew members. Maybe even more. Anywhere between $25 and $50 is how much it costs to get those people there. If you were to use the free experience and convert it over and paying the gold is the only way to do it. And what I did was I put them on my French tank line. You're going to all be in the same situation as me. You're going to have a lot of Russian and British and German and American tanks, but you have fewer Japanese and Chinese, so your Japanese and Chinese crews are not going to be as advanced, and therefore you need those other crews. And I chose to put it on my French tank because I plan to do a lot of scouting with that AMX 1390.
Enemy is hit. Ready to fire. Target released.
I don't know what type of strategy these guys are pulling off. Got to watch out for their artillery, so I'm going to keep moving. Basically, they just sent their tanks into the most idiotic position they could possibly send them. I don't think that their strategy is going to work out unless our team is equally as stupid. Okay, they are beginning their assault. Their medium tank assault has begun. They didn't get too far. It was a very failed assault.
Enemy armor is hit.
Chicken. Come on, do you have to do this, Mr. Object 416? I mean, come on. I hope somebody nails you.
Enemy is hit.
I mean, he totally blocked me from being able to take shots.
One of our tracks is damaged. We've lost a track.
You got it, buddy.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.
Lobotomy. Okay, he's running away now. Oh, now the big boys are coming. So they were playing games.
Target acquired.
He's
I don't
gone.
see the target. Target acquired. Got him.
Needed that.
Ready to fire.
Thank you.
Where'd they go?
Take a lucky shot. What's the matter, E75? You afraid?
Ready to fire.
Could have had that low.
Target acquired. Enemy armor is hit. Target lost. Permission to engage. Enemy armor is damaged.
Lucky shot.
Ready to fire. Target unlocked.
Yeah, I figured.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Oh, I will, buddy. I will. 'Cause I got something in my pocket you ain't gonna like. This is why you don't want to be in this situation. Now I really got to go after him.
That one didn't go through. Penetration.
Hello! I must have hit his gun or something.
Enemy is hit. Our main gun is damaged. It's working, but not very well.
Yeah, well, it's working now, buddy. Ouch!
Chill out. This vehicle is had it.
Could have taken a shot, but didn't. I didn't want to miss. That was stupid. You know, he was obviously moving away. All we had to do is retreat. I mean, there was nothing that guy could have done. Because we're obviously flanking him. All I had to do was retreat. Well, all I had to do was die, and even that, he still can't do anything. He's not going to make it. Their team, the enemy team, did a lousy job. As you can see, there's only 2 minutes left. They're absolutely nowhere near the cap. Their big tanks stayed too far away. They were trying to get cheap shots in. One of the things I'm going to do is measure the distance. Once you're beyond 500 meters, they can't hit you. So you got to figure out where's the point where you're beyond the 500 meter range. Okay, so I think that's a win. Holy shit, I finally did it! I completed the mission! I did 4,500 damage. Okay, 4,500 damage. I did 3,000 blocked by armor. That got me up to 7,600. And my hit points of 1,900, because I did die, it takes the full hit points. So I did finally do it with the STI. Let's see if anything else interesting happened. I got 2 badges. There was somebody who did it, and he had badges all the way across. I never saw so many. It was completely filled. He posted it on in the forums. And I don't think I shot any of the premium rounds. I only used the regular rounds in that game. Although I did load one, I don't think I actually fired it. That was pretty good. I finally did it, and I got 1 kill. Let's see what we got left here. 20,000. Okay, so then you go over here to where it says missions, and it says claim reward. And I got 4 commendations. I won the battle, so I actually got 5 commendations. Plus you get the new crew member, which is going into my French tank. Well, it doesn't have to, because got a little situation with the French tank, in that if I pick this crew member to be number 1, I'm going to have to give up my recon, my camo, and my 6th sense, and I'm not sure that I want to do that. So I'm probably going to let her be another player in the French tank tree. All those are pretty much filled up. Maybe a radio operator, I don't know. Renault G1R, she could be the commander for the Renault G1R. So it's going to be a difficult decision. Or I could make her a commander on the Japanese or Chinese tech tree. But then I'm going to lose the Sisterhood of Steel. I think that this crew is doing way too well. I don't think I'm going to... it's going to be way too long before the crew member upgrades, and obviously I'll get more in the future. So I think I'm going to put it onto another crew. Then again, China's doing pretty good also. It's Japan where I'm really lacking. I've been putting cash down, not cash, but I've been using up my experience. That's 5,000, 6, 7, 8. It's not enough, but he's going to be up to 100% soon. So I guess she's going to end up being a French person. I see no reason to put it on any of the other nations because they all have wonderful crews. So it's a tough decision. I've already got good crews here. I mean, radio operator or loader are 2 options. If I put her here, I lose 6th sense, recon, and camo, and I don't want to do that. If I put her on my Renault G1R, at least I'd keep her in the game. Maybe I can make her a radio operator, but then she's not going to train because I'm never going to play that tank. So the best choice is probably going to be either the loader or the radio operator on this tank. Okay, she's going to become the radio operator because we need 2 skills for the radio operator. So she's going to become the radio operator on the ARL V39. I'm going to claim the reward. France, tank destroyer, radio operator. I'm going to recruit her, and I'm going to pick a new mission, which will be the platoon. Wow, I completed all of those. Okay, so she goes in. She's going to have a skill, which will probably be camo. And then the next skill will be situational awareness. Okay, so now I can see why this wasn't such a smart move. Well, we'll be fine for now. Okay, so that's that crew member, and I do plan on playing this tank a lot because I want to get the Foch 212 240. This gun's a lot better. I do want to get that gun too. I'm going to get it now so I don't forget. It's 212 240. This one is 165. I'm going to get it right now. Display this in garage. Go into service. Load up my ammo. Make sure that this is on regular. Bring this down. Hit accept. Okay. And I could kick her up to 14% if I wanted to. I'm sure she'll have no problem advancing. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, that was the STI, and the answer is yes, you can complete the mission with the STI. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.